If you're looking for same day business loans and you want to have a huge amount, let's say $100,000, I have good news for you because I want to share with you a few apps that can really help you quickly get the funds that you need for your business. Okay, so here are the top loans I want you to pay attention to. So if you're looking for a same day business loan app for up to $100,000, think about OnDeck. OnDeck has been around for a while now, and the cool thing about OnDeck is that they give you more than $100,000, so you are actually getting a maximum of $250,000. That's actually the maximum, and the minimum is 5 grand. Okay, so you're looking at a pretty good interval. Okay, but if $100,000 is your goal, OnDeck can really help you out. Now, the thing is that OnDeck it actually comes with two conditions. They're not really a positive in my view. First of all, you're getting a high APR, so you're looking at 31% to 35%. Sometimes they can go all the way to a 50%. That's the first quote unquote negative condition. The second negative condition is that you don't have a large repayment window to consider. Like sometimes when you think about those same day business loan apps, they give you 5 years to pay back the loan. They give you 7 years sometimes, but OnDeck is only giving you 2 years. They're only giving you 24 months, okay? So that's actually a second negative in my view. So if your goal is to manage your budget, to really find funding for your business operations, for expansion, for inventory, for payroll, all that kind of stuff, you got to really account for the fact that you have a short repayment window with OnDeck, okay? Now, for some businesses, this could be a good opportunity, but for the majority, a repayment window actually introduces some disruption in the budget. Okay, so the cool thing I love about OnDeck is that you have a lender that gives you the ability to complete your application in minutes. Okay, so even if you have fair credit, you have bad credit, OnDeck can really consider you. Okay, as a matter of fact, they have a program where they actually will consider your EIN, your employer identification number, as long as you have revenue at least you have revenue of at least $10,000 a month. Okay. And one thing I love about OnDeck also is that, and that you will love, is that they are pretty transparent in terms of their eligibility criteria. So you don't have to actually guess what the conditions are. They're pretty transparent upfront. The only thing is that if you are in North Dakota, OnDeck is not servicing that state as of the update of this show. So just be aware of that. So if I'm thinking about same day loan apps for up to $100,000 in 24 hours, I need to really consider Bluevine. Bluevine, what I love about Bluevine is that you have a fintech that started a few years ago, and they actually now they are morphing into a what I call a quasi business bank because they started actually offering business bank accounts. So they have, but OnDeck, I mean not OnDeck, Bluevine originally is a business loan app that really focused a lot on business lines of credit. Okay, now nowadays they will also they will offer business lines of credit, but they also are offering in some cases business loans. Okay, and that's something that's pretty good. You also have the business bank inside. Okay, so Bluevine is actually a great app, a business loan app for you if you need to refinance or even finance ongoing expenses. Okay, and the cool thing about Bluevine is that they're giving you up to $250,000, so same limit as OnDeck. Okay, so you can see that those loan apps up to $100,000 in 24 hours. Bluevine actually fits the bill, no problem. Okay, and also what you will love with Bluevine is that their starting APR is pretty decent. Like they're starting you at 7 to 8%. So nothing. This is not a killer like OnDeck, for instance, that really killing you. But Bluevine also has a condition that's really not that good. They want you to repay the loan or the line of credit or whatever funding you get from them within 12 months. So you can see that either OnDeck or Bluevine doesn't actually consider a long-term repayment window. So if you want to go to those lenders, be sure that you're pretty tight in terms of your budget, so that whatever happens, you are going to have the possibility to repay the loan. Okay, Bluevine doesn't charge a monthly maintenance fee. Okay, so if you have an open business line of credit with them, they're not charging you a monthly maintenance fee, and you can receive an application, an approval. You can receive an approval to your application actually in as little as 5 minutes. Okay, so this is kind of cool, and Bluevine also accompanies you as your business grows because they actually will be giving you more money. They'll be lending you more money the larger your business gets. So, in terms of scalability, that's really cool. If you're looking for a same-day business loan app that can give you up to $100,000 in 24 hours, I want you to think about Credibly. Okay, Credibly is a pretty credible, if you will, as a pretty credible institution when it comes to business loans, and they're giving you actually anywhere from anywhere from $5,000 all the way to $400,000. Okay, Credibly is pretty good. I mean, what I love about Credibly is that they actually have a streamlined business loan application process that not only approves or at least decisions your application within minutes, but they also fund you within hours. Okay, so you have the possibility to actually get funded within 8 hours or within 4 hours, depending on I would say the specifics of your application, but also the profile that your business has. Okay, so but I want you to keep in mind we're looking at we're looking at the 5,000 all the way to $400,000 within 24 hours. Okay, and the repayment window is actually 24 months maximum. So on the lower end you have 6 months, and on the higher end you have 24 months. So you can see that we're looking at 6 months to 24 months. Again, short repayment window. But hey, listen, as long as your budget actually can fit or can accommodate this type of business lending program, give Credibly a chance. Okay, and with Credibly, pre-qualification is available. They actually will work with you even if you have bad credit. So same thing here. They have a program. They have an EIN funding program that can really help you out. Okay, and also there is an early payoff discount if you are a qualified borrower. In other words, you're able to show some kind of I would say positive financials or positive growth trends. That's pretty good. Just remember that basically Credibly is not a direct lender. Okay, unlike Bluevine or OnDeck. So with Credibly, you are working with partner lenders. Okay, this has its pros and cons anyway. If you're looking for $100,000 in business loan in 24 hours and you're looking for a same-day business loan app, I want you to think about TakeCore Financial. And with TakeCore Financial, we are speaking primarily about equipment financing. Okay, TakeCore actually is pretty generous because they'll give you anywhere from $500 all the way to $5 million. Now, one thing for sure, when it comes to business loans, if you're talking about equipment loans, you're talking about a loan that's by definition collateralized, right? So if there is collateral, that means the loan has high approval probability because the collateral constitutes actually the equipment constitutes the collateral that the lender is looking at, right? So there is reduced risk. So even if you have bad credit or fair credit or no credit, the lender is going to really pin all his hopes or her hopes on the equipment. So something were to happen, you default on the loan, they'll just repo the equipment and actually they will sell it just to recoup their investments. Okay, so with TakeCore, what I love about TakeCore is that you have a longer repayment window. We're looking at a maximum of 7 years. So it goes from 12 months all the way to 84 months. So 1 year to 7 years. That's pretty good. I mean, of course, if you're looking at a maximum loan amount of $5 million, you can't really pay that within a year unless you have pretty good cash flow, right? So 7 years gives you time to actually pay this and without really suffering too much in your budget. So that's pretty good. And so basically with Takeover, you have access up to 100% financing, so no down payment required. You have deferred payment options available. And also with Takeover, no minimum revenue requirements. So that's really good because it gives you the possibility to actually get a loan, to get an equipment loan, even if you are a startup. Now, just remember, Takeover focuses on equipment loans only. Okay, they don't do like term loans or business lines of credit. At least not yet. Okay, so this could change. Who knows? So if you're looking for a same-day business loan app that can give you up to $100,000 in 24 hours, think about Fora. Fora Financial. Okay, this is another app that really works pretty great in giving you a maximum of $1.5 million, which makes sense in terms of if you're looking for 100 grand, you go to Fora. They give you a maximum of $1.5 million. The on the lower end, you are looking at $5,000. Okay, so that's pretty good, and also the starting APR is pretty decent. You're looking at 13%. I mean, they're not killing you with crazy high APRs. They actually are looking at your entire profile before giving you before setting your APR. Okay, and also one thing I want to say is that when it comes to Fora Financial, you are looking at let's say a repayment window that depends on your sales volume. So if you have a larger sales volume or a quicker sales volume, basically they will just reduce the repayment window. But if you're having some sort of lethargic sales, they will give you more time. Okay, so that's how flexible Fora Financial really is. And also with Fora, just remember you have large loan amounts available. Okay, they may also offer you an early payoff discount, and you have a short time in business requirement. So this is really good. Like I said, even if you are a startup, you can still qualify. Okay, this is kind of similar to Takeover Financial, by the way. Okay, just remember that on the flip side, with Fora Financial, you have to actually pay an origination fee. Okay, and this can be pretty steep, like all the way to 10%. That's a lot of cash that's coming out of your pocket. I mean, because the origination fee actually is deducted before Fora Financial gives you the loan proceeds, which means if you're applying for $100,000 and they give you a 10% origination fee, Fora Financial is gonna wire you $90,000, right? Because 10% of $100,000 is $10. It's $10,000, but then Fora will give you $90,000, but will actually calculate you to repay them $100,000. So this is it is a bummer, but hey, listen, it is what it is. So what's the strategy here? I just spoke to you about the five top apps when it comes to a same day business loans, and the thing is that before I actually go a little further, I just want to explain to you what a same day business loan really is. Okay, I mean, of course, everything is actually said in the name, but there is a little things you need to know because, first of all, same day business loans, as you can imagine, allow you to receive funds the day you are approved or within 24 hours. Okay, within 24 hours. And you can also use the loan funds to cover everyday or emergency business expenses. I want to insist on that. We are looking at emergency or everyday business expenses. So a same-day business loan is typically offered by an alternative online lender, right? Which means that you're not going to a bank, you're not going to a credit union to get a same-day business loan. You're getting this from an alternative lender, usually a fintech, okay? And so one thing I want you to really understand here is that basically you have a shorter repayment window to account for, but also a high APR. Just be aware of those two things, okay? Because they're going to determine whether you appreciate the process or not. Now, what are the types of same-day business loans you can really think about if you are on the market? Well, you can have short-term loans. You can have business lines of credit. You can have merchant cash advances, and you can have invoice factoring. So you can see that you're giving the lender actually expertise, but also I think flexibility, right? So for instance, when I say merchant cash advances, basically this is a type of funding that can provide you a lump sum of cash in exchange for a portion of your future credit and debit card sales. Okay, so basically, one thing I want to say, but like after your company issues funds, you repay the advance in daily or weekly installments from your earnings. Okay, so something to really keep in mind. So when you think about $100,000 loan in 24 hours, and you're thinking about same day business loan apps, you have to understand that there are a few things you need to consider. Okay, before you actually choose an app or another. So while same day business loans can help you access emergency funds within 24 hours, there are high rates and short repayment terms, can make them a more expensive form of financing. So something to really think about. And one thing I want to say also is that a same day business loan could be a good fit if your business, like if your business needs help covering emergency cash flow problems. If you can't, let's say, meet the strict eligibility requirements for traditional financing, okay, and also you want to take advantage of an immediate opportunity for growth. So basically, this is something that can really help you big time. So if you want to get a SIMD business loan, either at OnDeck, Blue Vine, Credibly, Takeover Financial, or Fora Financial, you want to determine your timeline, right? I told you before, if you have a timeline that's actually like 1 year or 2 years, and you are borrowing, let's say, $100,000 or $200,000, do the math and see if you can afford the loan repayment actually within that period. Also, think about you want to review your qualifications. Okay. So when it comes to same day business loans, you are looking at your credit scores. I say credit scores because you have your personal credit scores, TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax, but you also have your business credit score. So you want to look at your annual revenue also. Okay. So basically, if you want to get a same day business loan, make sure you have revenue that goes from $100,000 to $250,000, and that's actually annual. Okay. This is not monthly. Also, your time in business is important. Lenders are going to look at how long you've been in business for. Okay. And so, long story short, one thing you need to understand is that you need to compare lenders also, and also make sure that you gather the required documents. So things like business plan, personal and business tax returns. Okay. So there's something to really think about. Also, you want to think about personal business bank statements, business lending, business licensing and permits, information or putting or getting debts is totally fine. In closing, to this conversation, I spoke to you about same day business loan apps that can give you a maximum of $100,000 in 24 hours. So I give you the top loans, the strategy, and in closing. So top loans include OnDeck, Bovine, Credibly, Takeover Financial, and Fora Financial. I spoke to you about the strategy and now the closing part. Thank you so much. God bless you. I will see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.